Thank you for tuning in to another episode of WGC Fits. Today, we're going to be going over the Ping iron line, kind of explaining who should play what, or who can play what, let's say.
In the Ping lineup.
In the Ping lineup, yep. We're joined by Captain Ballspeed.
Who's not so fast today.
He's slow again. It's a tough week, you know.
Happens.
It's crazy. So, where would you like to start off, top or bottom?
Let's define the categories again. We got the elite, right? We got the player iron.
Elite player kind of club. Player's distance.
And then game improvement.
Those are kind of our three
and even a
categories.
Super game improvement in this one.
What I was going to say is we can kind of throw in two niche categories. We can technically go for like a kind of super game improvement and then like a player's cavity back. Because I think we have two clubs that kind of fall into that window.
That is correct.
All right. So I figure we start off and kind of define what they are, right? At the top, we have the G730.
Yes.
Now that's going to fall into super game improvement, really.
Very much.
It's easy to get up in the air, tons of ball speed. It's got a little bit of a hollow construction going on.
Almost a little jumpy.
Definitely jumpy, but again, it's for the player.
In a good way.
Exactly. It's for the player looking to get distance.
Yeah.
You know? Second, we have the G430. G430 is kind of more of your kind of game improvement iron, right? The thing that's unique about the G430 is it's going to present typically a little bit of a truer spin model than most clubs in the category.
Yeah.
Ping's not one to kind of get crazy, let's say, with trying to be distance monsters, right? Now, this is no slouch in terms of distance because of some tech that's going on. But for any kind of interest in any of that, we have a full review on the iron, so come check it out. So followed up, we have player's distance. Yep. Now, the main kind of star, I would say, in this category is I-530.
Yeah.
Right? I-530 is a club that is hollow body, good looking, kind of more slender profile.
Not too jumpy.
Not a ton of offset. Not crazy jumpy, but still something that's going to give you some pop, right? Good ball speed. You still have to strike it well, right? We can't be kind of missing all over the face. You still have to really kind of be in there with a good strike. From there, you have player's cavity back. Now, these are when you're going to start seeing a little bit more range of type of players, right?
Yeah.
Some of these clubs are going to be seen on tour. Some of these clubs are going to be seen in elite amateurs. Some of these clubs are going to be seen at the club level. And that's kind of where, again, you're going to see a lot of this, right? Yeah. Two clubs in this category. We have the Ping I-230, which anybody who's a fan of our channel knows that we're kind of fans of.
I play it. So
Captain Ballspeed plays these. And we also have the Ping Blueprint S, which I'm a big fan of. That's what I play. Only real difference there is the Blueprint S is more of a solid forged body club, where the 230, it's a cast club, right? Now, does that mean anything different from a quality perspective or anything? No, just a little bit different in terms of what the results are going to look like, right? The 230 probably going to inherently maybe spin a touch more. 230 maybe has a hair more forgiveness, but the Blueprint S still has plenty of forgiveness, especially in the long irons. And it's actually going to bring, at least in our testing, it's brought spin down a hair comparatively. And then lastly, you've got that elite players blade club. Something you'll see at the country club level, something you'll see, your amateur golfers still have, but also something you're going to see kind of elite teaching professionals have, something you're going to see the players who aren't really missing the middle all that much have.
Yeah.
PGA Tour players, LPGA Tour players, all that kind of stuff. All good clubs. So let's kind of start. Let's go through the lineup.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Start with the elite, baby.
Start with the elite. Okay.
Which is the Blueprint T.
Blade offering, right? And what you're going to get with a blade is you're going to get something that's going to essentially, put you in control, right? Not much help, but really there to let you try to manipulate the club as much as possible.
Correct.
Right? No offset, thin top line, mass at the bottom, but then also raised up a little bit on the club face.
Amazing feel.
Great feel. Yeah. If you can hit it, I'll say it. I don't think many things feel better than a good blade.
No.
Really good clubs. Now, again, you're in control, right? So, Loft Presentation, for example, which is something that we'll see here, is definitely going to be a thing that can affect performance, let's say, right? The next one that we're going to look at. So now we have the player's cavity back irons, right? And here we have the Blueprint S and the I-230. The I-230 is going to have a touch more forgiveness, and the I-230 is going to have a
Touch more help.
Touch more help, kind of just across the face, really, right?
Especially in off-center hits.
Yes,
I would know.
it's got a cavity on there, and that's good, right? Everybody needs a little bit of help. We see here in this test that the 230, which is the blue circle, is a little bit of a tighter grouping than the orange circle,
It's
which is the
something
blue
I'm
print S.
comfortable with, so that's kind of biased.
It is true. I mean, little biases here, but again, I would say that's pretty common, right? I mean, the I-230 truly is just in this club or in this category quite an elite club, I would argue.
I like that the dynamic loft is technically down, but the height stayed up there.
Yeah, and that's the lower center of gravity in that club versus the S. Good feeling still. Like I said, no issues there. Little bit of a bigger profile than the S, but
it's a little thicker up here.
A little top line and kind of bottom, yep. But
and
again,
I noticed the
club.
sole on this one's like double what you get on it.
The Blueprint S, that's one of the things that I quite like about the S. It doesn't have much sole.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that, right? So, good clubs. Next, we're going to look at player's distance. Now, to give you guys an idea, right, we're looking at the I-230 in the blue circle and the I-530 in the pink circle. Obviously, the 530 is a bit longer, right? Now, spin-wise, right, we're at 6,600 there. We're at 5,200 there.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the main difference, right? Stronger lofts, hollow body, you're going to get a flatter ball flight. And again, we're distance-oriented here, right? We're looking to get some pop. And you'd be surprised. This club's probably one of the longer ones out there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? When we compare this, and like I said, we'll do a little comparison at the end to some of the other ones out there, it's pretty impressive, actually, you know? So player's distance, still got to find the middle of the club face, still got to strike it, but good.
Not terrible, but like the dynamic loft was like 4 degrees stronger on this thing.
Well, and the loft is stronger as well.
I know.
You know, I mean, that's actually
But still, that's not a bad spin rate.
That's pretty close to actually what it actually is. I think it's 3 degrees stronger club-wise. So,
but that's not a bad spin rate, really.
That's very good. Numbers-wise, I would argue that's what I'm trying to fit for that club, right? So next, we're going to look at game improvement versus kind of super game improvement, if you will. So the 430 is the blue circle, the 730 is the green circle. Main difference between these two clubs is the 730, like I said, it's got a little more distance orientation, let's say, than the 430, where the 430 is trying to be a little bit more, I don't want to say conservative, but a little more consistent, I guess is the best way to put it. Good
a lot
clubs.
of offsets on these clubs,
Offset,
I noticed.
Easy to get up in the air.
Yeah.
There's definitely a sound to them compared to some of the more forged things out there. Yeah. But when it comes to consistency and help, again, it's just top tier, man.
Yeah.
You know, just really, really good.
That short one of the 730 I actually missed pretty bad, but it still got out there.
Still got out there in the relatively similar distance, right? And then we also see the one that got a little jumpy on you in the 730 because that got some horsepower, right? That club can go.
Jumped on it.
That club can go when you want it to go.
Yeah.
So, all in all, pretty good. I mean, I think that the Ping offers a really good representation of all of the different categories, but then you couple that with, there's a lot of combo stuff that you can do as well, all throughout here, you know? You'll see combo sets kind of across the board, and that's something that also they do quite well with. So 530, kind of at the top. 730 can get there, but in all honesty.
Well, the G430 went the farthest. No, it didn't. You're right. Yeah, the 530 went the farthest. I'm sorry.
Yeah. 530 is a cannon, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. 530 to be expected at the top there, right? 730 can get there, but again, 530 is really, it's a distance club, man. That club's got some serious horsepower. So,
and all I have to say about the 230 is that even though a lot of people don't play it on tour, if you don't hit the center of the club face and want to play good golf, I highly recommend it.
It's a good club. I can't refute any of that statement. It's a very good club. And it does get played on tour.
Yeah.
You know?
Pavon played with it and won with this year.
LPGA Tour, PGA Tour both have good representation with that club on there. So good across the whole world in terms of golf. If you guys have any questions about any of the Ping Iron lineup, please come check us out. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.